More people should be ready to fight in order to protect the UK from Russia. It's a stark message from the head of the UK's armed forces, and he's not just talking about the military, he was speaking about the general public. Listen to this.
Sons and daughters, colleagues, veterans will all have a part to play, to build, to serve, and if necessary, to fight. And more families will know what sacrifice for our nation means.
He said his desire was not to shock, but that message is sobering. So Richard quoted the world's largest crowdsourced forecasting site, Metaculus, which suggests there is a 16% probability Russia and any NATO member state will be in direct conflict before 2027. And he made a point of mentioning that he agreed with his good friend Fabien Mandon, the French chief of defence, referencing his recent speech to regional mayors, warning that if France falters because it is not ready to accept losing its children or to suffer economically, then it is at risk.
Our objective must be to avoid war, but the price of maintaining peace is rising.
He said the threat from Russia was growing and decided to use football as an analogy.
The bookies were saying that there was a 4% chance of Liverpool winning the Premier League. So even saying the chances are remote does not mean the chances are zero. My point is that none of us can say with any certainty what the absolute risk might be. And even though simple binary statements might be easy for people to engage with, they risk instilling panic or complacency. What really matters is the trend. Are the chances of conflict growing? And here I think the evidence is clear that the trend from Russia in particular is worsening. And that is the key argument for action.
As a result of increased defence spending and the experiences in Ukraine, he said Russia has a massive, increasingly technically sophisticated and now highly combat experienced military.
Over the past 20 years, Russia has delivered significant defence reform and investment into what were weak and hollowed out armed forces. The Russian armed forces are now more than 1.1 million strong, consuming more than 7% of GDP and around 40% of government spending, which is a sum that has more than doubled over the past decade. While I've argued that Russia's campaign in Ukraine has so far been a strategic failure, with NATO bigger, more united, stronger, and spending increased amounts on rearmament, we should be under no illusions that Russia has a massive, increasingly technically sophisticated, and now highly combat experienced military.
So Richard warned Russia is developing new and destabilising weapons systems such as nuclear-armed torpedoes and nuclear-powered cruise missiles, putting nuclear weapons in space. As the government ramps up working with industry, what does he want society to do?
Building this industrial capacity also means we need more people who leave schools and universities to join that industry. So we need defence and political leaders to explain the importance of the industry to the nation. And we need schools and parents to encourage children and young adults to take up careers in the industry. And we simply need more people to develop the skills that defence industry needs, like STEM, digital and project management. And we also need to harness the power of those institutions that will make the difference in war. Just as I've seen in Ukraine, where the cleverest minds from Ukrainian universities and industry are manipulating and exploiting technology to solve specific tactical problems and overcome the numerical and economic advantages Russia enjoys.
We'll be hearing the phrase a whole-of-society effort a lot. He believes that's what's needed to respond to the increasingly dangerous situation in Europe and wants to put the public in the picture.
Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.